AOSP based ROM versus a GSI versus a semi GSI. So that is the topic of discussion for today. AOSP based ROMs, Android open source project. Download the source code, compile it, good to go. Simple and easy. Cannot get any easier than that. Then you have GSIs. Now, GSI can also be compiled from source. GSI stands for generic system image. So it is supposed to work on any Android device. It is supposed, it should. Keyword here is supposed and should. In real world, thousands of Android devices, it generally does not work across all Android devices without certain modifications. So a GSI is supposed to be a generic system image, and you can of course compile it from source as well. Then you have the GSI ports. Now GSI ports, something which Irfan and I think PHH also do it, is they take the pixel factory image, and Irfan, I think he does it for Android betas and developer previews. So they take the pixel image released for your developer previews and betas because you do not have a complete source till then. So they take it and convert it into a GSI or a generic system image. So hats off to them for figuring it out. Again, it is supposed to have fixes for most devices and it should boot on most devices, but in real life it does not boot without any modifications on all Android devices. So as soon as you take a GSI and then you make fixes to it, whether it be to the vendor or to the GSI image itself, as soon as you start making fixes to it so that it works on your device, you convert it into a SGSI or a semi GSI, because this is no longer a generic one. This has now been changed to work perfectly on your specific device. So SGSI is a semi GSI as they call it. I personally prefer to call it a specific GSI for a specific device. So that is how I relate to it. The alphabet S before GSI means semi or say specific. So that is your AOSP, GSI, and SGSI or semi GSI. And yeah, AOSP based ROMs are also compiled from source to be device specific, even though you can also compile a generic system image from AOSP as well.